All new at 10, it is one of the most controversial proposals in Colorado right now.
Should we create safe zones where addicts can shoot up hardcore drugs? Well, tomorrow afternoon, state lawmakers take up that question.
Now, before that happens, investigative reporter Jace Larson is looking at this view from a 360-degree angle. See who you agree with.
Let's start with what the heck are safe zones? They're called supervised injection sites, and drug users can bring their own drugs to cook and inject. They have to buy them on their own, and that, of course, will stay illegal. But here's what some can't wrap their heads around. Using drugs at a designated site, possibly paid for with your tax money, would not be illegal. And it doesn't end there. Taxpayers could also foot the bill for users to get clean needles and to dispose of their used ones.
You're homeless or transitionally housed. You either inject outside, in alleys, in parks, or in business bathrooms.
The view for supporters such as Lisa Rayville of the Harm Reduction Action Center on Colfax, well, she says sites would cut down on needles discarded in public. To see the problem, you need to look no further than the Cherry Creek bike path, where you can find needles as easily as cigarette butts. Or take a look at Civic Center Park. The real benefit, though, supporters say, is saving lives. Supervisors would actually be watching the addicts get high and could give them Narcan if they overdose. Narcan's the drug that slows the opioid's effect on the body, saving lives.
If stigma, shame, and incarceration worked with drug use, we'd have wrapped this up years ago. All that's done is drive use underground, where people have gotten preventable chronic diseases such as HIV, hepatitis C, and died of overdose.
Supervised injection sites are nothing new. They've been around in Vancouver for the past 15 years.
We have seen, in fact, dramatic reduction in HIV in Vancouver and almost elimination of spread among injection drug users.
What do you say to critics who tell you you're just enabling these people, making it easier for them?
We have found that supervised injection sites don't increase drug use, and overall there's been a reduction in injection drug use in Vancouver in the year since we've offered supervised injection services.
Okay, so let's say we decide to build them. Where in the world do you put them? Do you want them near places where families hang out or tourists visit? And who will pay for these sites? Well, a bill in the legislature bans using state taxpayer money, but a city could use its money from taxes or rely on a charity or a business to pay. Supporters of the sites, some of whom have gone all the way to Vancouver to see it for themselves, include many drug counselors, some business owners, Denver City Council president, state representatives, and the Denver Medical Society. Now let's flip this whole thing 360.
Promoting drug use in general, you know what I mean? And it's not like this is pot where it's, putting mellow drugs. This is drugs you can overdose on.
Plenty of people don't like the idea. It's no shocker here, law enforcement is at the top of that list, like the head of the federal program that fights large-scale drug dealing in our area. Tom Gorman says all of this would take the stigma away from drug use, make it no longer taboo. Kind of like what's happened to marijuana. Remember this video on the 16th Street Mall? They say we'll see more of this as addicts high as a kite put everyone's safety at risk. Let's be real here. The goal is to control the epidemic. All sides agree that something has to be done. And those in favor say if you don't like the supervised injection site idea, well then come up with something better. We hope you like hearing all of these different perspectives. And if you have a story idea that you want me to explore on 360, email 360@kmgh.com. Shannon, Ann.
Thank you, Jim.